Hello, good morning, happy Monday. Let's see. Sort of like let myself get rushed this morning, even though I woke up on time. I think it's because I watched Togglebit right up until like, oh yeah, I'm streaming. I should go prepare for that. I have everything set up here. I just turned on the server. No, that's terminal. Want to set this up. Okay, so yesterday, as a quick recap, we set up Bounce and Yew.rs as our two, I guess like Redux style state management systems. They're quite different in how they work, although Yew.rs might become more similar over time as they get that functional component state management up and working. But Bounce basically comes with a hook, so you can use a use atom in your functional components and then just gain access to your store. And the other thing is Yew.rs is a centralized store, so like all your state goes into a single struct, whereas with Bounce you have a lot of small structs that then you can load up whatever you want. And then I think if you update just that one struct, it will then trigger a refresh of just that one part of the app, which is actually pretty good. Like you kind of want that for your front-end frameworks. Okay, so we have we have a link that can look like a button, and we have a input. I think that's all we've done so far, right? Link, norm button, input form field. Oh, like I think this is. Oh, we've got that. Okay, that's done. Probably a normal button next, and then we can make the decision of should that really just be mixed together. I'm not planning on making like the full to-do app, just doing like the bits and pieces of it that I know then will work. And then we can sort of like figure out the order that we're going to record stuff in, and all the fun stuff. So just figuring out the atomic components. And then this branch will be used for I'll wipe the branch out and start again. Let's see. Buttons next. So we'll create probably a button around here somewhere. Oh, you don't have a prelude. What do you have? I guess you have like the CSS. I don't know where your stuff comes from. I want a. There's this like styled. Yeah, styled component. There it goes. Okay, so you stylist you styled component. There you go. And then we're going to call this a button wrapper. We're probably going to need to take in some kind of properties for this. So creating a should have as part of the course to create a, let's see, snippet or creating a component. At the very least, we're going to want the snippet to be for atomic, but maybe it'll be different also for like molecules and pages and whatnot. All right, so pub struct is going to be our wrapper props. For these properties, they need to derive. I think it was clone properties and partial equal. Again, I think this is enough to like display the button with like what the button is. Then we're gonna of course have other things here. And styles. So let's go ahead and set this up. Let's go back to home and set up a button because we're kind of just using this as just like a display of all the things. We don't have like a title yet, so, or like a subtitle or anything else. So I'll just use an H1 for no particular reason. All right, so we have in Atom, we now want to pull in button wrapper. For this label, we'll just say button. And that should give us a button. Okay, so kind of a normal button, very boring. If I want it to sort of like be very similar to everything else, we're gonna have to do some Mage's styling to it. Oh, not there. Okay, so everything that's going to be in here just just styles whatever I put it on. So I'm thinking we're going to want the text size to be the same, which if I remember correctly is around 50. Yeah, font size is 50 pixels. I don't know if that works for that. Let's find out. Oh, I think it's class equals class says macro, and we throw you in there. Ah, and there we go. Now we have a really large button. I don't have any color schemes for this. We can do something similar to that where we have like a green button. A white button could probably be like the default one. I'm actually curious. Maybe we'll just go ahead and borrow the colors, or like borrow the words for the colors from oh, what is it? One of the front-end frameworks. Which one do I want to use? Bootstrap, maybe? So they use primary, secondary, success, danger, warning, info, and then like this light, dark, muted, and white. I'm thinking primary, success, danger, and warning. I like those. So we should probably do something like we could have like a color. It could be an option. We can do this as an enum also. Oh, and it could be optional. So therefore we'll have a default one. Okay, I like that. So I need an enum now. It's gonna be our so I'm gonna go with primary. What was it? Primary, success, danger, warning, info. So primary, success, danger, warning, info. And I suppose a none. So if I have a none here, because I would need to set the color as soon as it comes in. So if I don't pass anything in, it's gonna be, well, I could make you pass something in. Like maybe we just make you pass none. Okay, so we just say you are a button color, and that is gonna say then, okay, home here. Oh, can you not see what you need to be? Oh, that's too bad. It gets so confused with these macros. Okay, so let's do primary. First one. Oh, it didn't pull it in. That's why. That probably would have made it. Maybe? Never mind. It still doesn't know what that is. Okay. We do have this button color in here, though. Okay, so what are you upset about? Right, okay, so this needs to implement clone and partial equal, I believe. So then we're going to want this to make it be some kind of string when it creates the style sheets. So it adds like a style in of what the color is going to be. And we want to add that in like right here. So I probably want another function for, oh, you know what I could do? Instead of another function, we can add an impl on this. We could do a toString on it. So we can impl toString. I'm thinking that for all of these, it's going to be as simple as something like that. I kind of want to take off the capital letter. Is there a way? Ooh, I don't know a good way to toggle caps on that. In Vim, I could just do tilde, but I don't think that will. That won't work here. Okay, never mind. I have to do it. Oh, I guess I could do like a 2 lowercase too. That would probably work. Okay, so for none, I don't want you to return anything at all, but you have to return some kind of string, so we'll just make this an empty string. Yes, now we can see, okay, we got stylist, and then primary. And I want to try that with the none to see what that looks like. It might just be a space. Nope. Okay, so it strips that out completely. So the empty string is perfect for that. So a none will just not color at all. It'll look exactly like this. I like it. Okay, so I want to. I don't know if I need to do anything else right now besides now set up the colors. Oh, but we have to do something like this where it's like dot primary. Ooh, but that won't get itself, will it? Because if I do something like this, okay, primary, and then I want you to be blue, like blue. So that would be. Let's just do that for right now. How many do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. So success, then danger warning. Info and none. Let's actually update you too. So you are going to be primary. Okay, so a bit easier for us to see, like, hey, is this working correctly? For you, unfortunately, though, styling is going to be difficult because this style sheet loads. Yeah, like this, where it does like the dot stylist and then space dot. And it's not a child of this. It is the actual thing. So we're gonna have to wrap this in a button? No, in a div. And then we're gonna have to tell that div to basically act like a button, that it doesn't do anything. Okay, so you'll take in the style sheet, and then you'll take in this. So let's see, what will that be? That will be they all come down like that. So now, Danny Depresso, hello, good morning. So let's see. I need this to be in a button. Never too late to switch to Sass. I need to check to see if the style sheet works with Sass. That would be nice. Okay, I want to make this side by side again, and basically like not act as this. And I think, I wonder if I have to do it like this. What is it going to be? It's going to be display inline or inline block. Yeah, that's what it is. Also, hello stacking. Potentially that could work, and I can have it like turn the CSS and convert it into, turn the Sass into CSS. Although, like, oftentimes I don't need too much of this, of like complex CSS when I'm working with components like this. Let's see. So I have all of you. This has these fun borders, so I want to turn that away. I want to get rid of that. Oh, Trunk already brings in the Sass CSS Dart compiler with it. Interesting. I wonder how hard that would be to get working. Okay, so I've got that. You did show me the other day, and I didn't pay attention to it, or forgot it, or something like that. I remember like looking and going like, oh, that's interesting, and then just like I like wee and out of my brain. So sorry about that. This is part of Trunk. Now, how do they know what is CSS? Is Trunk actually handling that, or is Stylist handling that? Oh, you put in the index. Oh, ooh, okay. So I think that's our problem, because we're using this stylist library to be able to put our classes, to figure out the classes and do component-based styling. To sort of like limit it to that. So that's probably good for like site wide, but it's probably not going to work for like a component style like this unless I can figure out how to. Well, I'm not sure that this is runtime at all. This might be compile time too. I wonder if I can tell it to grab it from the disk when I'm compiling it, and then I wonder if that will like sort of all move it together. Also, I never checked if Stylist has Interesting. So you have that there. Go to stylist. I wonder if they have a oh no, stylist Rust. Great. I wonder if they have like a CSS type macro for Sass. Webpack compiled with 27 errors and 17 warnings. That sounds fun. Oh, there's an entire macro section. Oh, just this. It's not sounding like Sass. If I search for that doesn't look promising for this. I like it for this stuff. It's what happens when you upload CSV files to your database that you don't have set up in your code. Yeah. Webpack errors are always fun. I'm really liking that a lot of the frameworks coming out these days are just obfuscating, hiding away the Webpack, all that stuff. Like, I think the tools are still going to be there. It's still going to be like huge in the coming years, but I think more and more you're not going to have to deal with it, which is going to be super nice. Wait, really? I didn't even look. I haven't updated. Relative length to use. Wait. Relative length to use fixed dependencies with effects fixed. Using an event listener. What is? Oh, use effect. Okay, using event listener in a function component. Nice. So far I'm liking the hooks. Like, they're really nice. Oh, they updated the docs. Okay, on the callback section. Oh, nice. Good. They need some love. Let's see. Okay. So we have you. I still want to play with having this be a separate file, and then like pulling that in, but we'll do that maybe in a little bit. For right now, this will make it. Okay, so that makes you. That's not the best color. I guess I'm not caring too much about like the color all specifically. You can still like choose whatever you want. If it's RGB, I think it would be something like let's see, R red. We'll do 0, G 0, and bleed FF, and let's. Some random one like this. still blue, but not quite as dark, and you can now see like the black text on top of it. Okay, so we got our primary. Then we want to do the other ones. So we're going to have success, danger, warning, and info. Okay, so success, that should probably be some kind of green. Let's just do 0 or G. I wonder if I can guess it. I wonder if I can do like, we'll do 2 2s on the end to lighten it up a little bit. Danger is usually red of some kind. Warning is usually somewhere in the middle. Info is sort of like a really light blue, so I wonder if I would want that something like 2 2, and then maybe like something like that. Fairly bright green. Everything is easy to read except info, which is really hard to read. Oh, I make you brighter. Oh, I make you, okay, I bring you up to like, maybe it's like 60. You can do like 60, 60 FF. That sounds good. Okay, I do want some kind of highlighter on this. So when I hover over it, we can see that something happens. I'm thinking of a combination of an outline and maybe the text changing. Okay, so let's give an outline of like 1 pixel solid white. Do I know how to represent nested JSON objects in a node database interface? Nested JSON objects in a node DB interface? I know you're working with Mongo. Is it something to do with that? Like how to represent? What do you mean by represent? Maybe that's like the first question. I feel like I need a little space between them too. So button, you're gonna get a margin, like 5 pixels. Did that take? Yes, that is what I forgot. Okay. I was like, everything else has been working. Why did this suddenly not work? Okay, so now I have this outline actually makes sense. I can see that. And then I want to change the color of the text too. So I want you to be color, and probably just white is fine. This one is much too bright. The nun is not great either. I need a complete different color for green for this one and the nun. Maybe like a really dark, maybe a dark green for this one. So to overwrite that, I'm going to put it below. And do a button with, okay, so a button with the class, which one is this? This is success, on hover. Let's see. I sort of feel like a really dark green, so. Maybe like a 50. It changed it, but not enough for me to tell the difference. Maybe a really bright green. So oh, that's the same color green. Okay, maybe not exactly that level of green. You threw it in Discord. Let me take a look at that really quickly. Gotta open Discord. Let's see. If I want to brighten you, we have to bring you all in too. So maybe like 70. Let's see. Okay, so you have an object with like, okay. I'll fall under, okay, card image Yew.rs. So the rect body, whatever is the syntax for it. You never really dealt with nested objects before. Oh, like, do you want to get just each one? Like, what's your end goal with this? So, like, you're having to come in. So you have like rect.body, and for those of you who don't remember, in Express and Node.js, the body of a post request is going to come in as an object, and so we have here like a nested object. And so you're trying to just get access to it, separating the nested ones from the rest. So what you can do is you can create a without removing the actual nest. So let's say we have like an object here. So like const actually, this would be the body. So let's just call this the body. And you have like 1, 2 is 2, but then 3 for some reason is another object with maybe like 0.1, 3.1, 2 is 3.2. Okay, so it sounds like what you want to do is you want to separate these out into another variable, but then keep it inside the body. Is that correct? Am I reading that correctly? Okay, so we could just do this. We have this body here, so I want maybe like 3s equals body.3. Now, inside of 3s is going to be a reference to the point in memory that stores this object. And so now we have 2 pointers to it. We have body that has a pointer to it in this key, and then 3s, which points to straight to this object too. So if you want to keep the 3 in the body, then it's fine. Nothing else you need to do. And it's exactly the same object too. If we were to, at this point in time, mutate it and go 3s.0.1 equals 3.1111111, that is now changed here too. So something to be aware of is you just have a pointer to it. And if you don't want this one to be in here anymore, you can delete it off of body, which will not delete it from memory because there's still a reference to it here. So you can basically say, okay, I want 3, and then let's do delete body.3. That's another choice where you can say, okay, I don't want this in here anymore. Let's get rid of it. Does that help? Is that sort of like answer your question of like what you can do with it? So essentially, you shouldn't need to reference the actual image URIs, just the URI object. Right, so in JavaScript, everything that is not primitive, and primitive things are things like strings, numbers, see what else, like booleans. What else was there? I can't remember the other primitives, like nulls, undefined, that kind of stuff. Those are all like referenced by value. Everything else is referenced by reference. Just is a pointer. So anytime you see an object or an array, it is actually just pointing to a place in memory. That's all you've got stored away. And it's the reason why so many weird things happen in JavaScript, because you think that you have the actual thing, but you just have a pointer to it. So fun. All right, let's come back to Rust a little bit, or I guess CSS in Rust. Okay, so we got you. How do you look? I didn't save. That, okay, so I want it significantly darker. Let's see, I want, I wonder if I want something like this. No, I want it. Because like, okay, white doesn't look good. Let's actually try to find it. We'll just use this. So white. Oh wait, that's background color. That's not what I want. Oh, there is no color there. Okay, never mind. I'll just add you in like this. Okay, so if I do white, that's like not that easy to read. Is there anything on here that looks good? The blue doesn't look terrible. So we can do black going to blue. Okay, so what if I do color? I want it to be a manual. 0. Then let's bring that. Guess if I just keep this high. Make everything FF to begin with. Something like this might be good. So like 3F, 3F, FF. And then we need this one. So if it's just button, which that means I want to put you. Okay, so for each of these, I want you to be button hover. I guess it wouldn't be all of them, would it? I need this to be like, okay, so button hover will make you like green or something like that. Well, we'll need another one here. So button dot everything other than success. So we'll need primary, danger, warning, and info. Oh, but I think I have to do it with a hover still. Like that. Everything will get that solid green, so it's just the color that we care about. Color, and you can become white like that. I actually need to move you down so you get hit first. Let's see, and then if you're this, we'll make you maybe like gray. Lego Logic, hello. What do I think is currently missing with you to be adopted by tech companies? A primary release. Like I don't think a company that is having a product, like they rely upon web so much. Like even if your product has nothing to do with web, your web presence is super important. And because of that, especially with the technology that's available right now, without a primary release that promises to not just screw things up for you, is like that's just a no-go. Like there's no reason to even think about anything else about it until that gets solved. So I feel that, oh, there's like a little covering to it too, isn't there? Or it puts like a little something like a background color on it. Oh, you've been hanging around the web dev space and never heard of Yew? Yeah, so I think that a lot of people don't even consider Rust. Actually, I think a lot of people don't even consider other languages outside of JavaScript when it comes to front-end frameworks. Like there's a lot of back-end frameworks in many different languages, but that makes sense because you don't have to build your back-end language in Node.js. Like that's been around forever. Front-end languages, however, everybody knows that JavaScript is the only thing that runs in a browser, right? And yes, there's WebAssembly, and that's how this is all working, but it's not fully adopted yet. And so like there's a lot of things that are going to stop you from getting like mass adoption. So to me, I would say step 1, just get it finished. Step 2 is find a champion company that would be willing to like work with you, and then iterate with them to like make it really good for them, and see if they can help like sell it and make it really big. Hopefully it would be more than one company, because you don't want one company only to like just dictate whatever you want this technology to be. You want like 2 to like 5 companies or so as your clients, and then you can basically interview them, chat with them, like find people, have them give you feedback as they're using it in production. Seen quite a bit of Rust, just not a ton of it in web dev. Yeah, and call them the council instead of what everybody else is using, which is like oh, what is everybody using these days? It's some kind of it's not a council usually. It's some other sort of like gathering of people. But yeah, you can give them a council, and you can like make little toy things that they can wear while they're on it. Like give them rings or something. I feel like I don't like that. So gray, no, that's not great. Oh, of course, me trying to go through this and looking, it's like, why isn't it changing? Of course, I need to be hovering over it to see it. Oh, and it wraps. We can just do blue. Blue's fine. Okay, so we have our buttons. We have hover state on them. Now when I click down, because I kind of overrode, only the none one still has like a little bit, it puts like a little bit of a darker gray over that. So there's no feedback when you're actually actively clicking. So we need to add that in too. The none one is fine. It's this one. Oh, I wonder if I'm gonna need to do it unique for each. I think it's click. I want to set the I think the easiest thing that we can do. Oh, you know what? We can do this for all of them. We can do this for all of them. We're gonna set an outline for a different color. So we can do something like 1 pixel solid, like red. Or maybe black, because I don't think we have any other. Let's do 2 pixels. Black is really hard to see, so let's just do white. I don't need that outline when I'm hovering either. Let's see, we have that here. Oh, I think it's not, okay, it's not down, it's active, isn't it? There we go. Okay. That makes it pretty obvious that something is happening. Okay. So I like that. And then finally, we did decide to do curved, sort of like curved edges on the sides here. So we would just take our button and everything gets a border radius of, I can't remember what it was, 10 pixels or 5 pixels. That looks about right. For a lot of these type of things, if you're working on your own, like your own series of web projects, having a centralized like style library, like an actual component library where you just put all these changes into and everything in, then you don't have to worry about colors across projects. It just becomes much simpler. This won't have to worry about that. Maybe in the future we'll create a it's actually something I've been thinking about, is creating like just a component library for myself. Then I don't have to think about any of this stuff whenever I'm building projects. Just do it at once. Okay, so these are buttons. One thing I wanted to experiment with just a little bit is taking all of this CSS, and what if I were to instead create another, I'm gonna call this a button folder, of a mod inside of it. Everything inside of Yew goes in this mod. And then I want to grab this from here. So we're gonna have, I guess we'll just call this style.css. That way now I get all the cool stuff that the text editor gives me here. So VS Code gives me some nice things like being able to see what the colors are going to be. Having like an actual color picker where I can like change things around. Kind of nice. Now I need to get this stuff inside of here. So first of all, do you have anything to grab? grab it from a file. I don't see anything like that, but there's the standard library will tell us. Let's see. Where's the link to the standard? There's a way to get to the standard library from here. Wait. There it is. Okay, I want, I think it's under some, is there like the file system in here somewhere? Standard. FS. Okay, reference to an open file. Attempts to open a file in read-only mode. Okay, so it's been a while since I've opened a file like manually in Rust. Okay, so we're gonna bring in file. We can do like a file open. I vaguely remember that there was something that makes it a little bit easier. Is it like a read file? Okay, let's just go in here and then there's the open method. It gives us a file handler. But I need to get it. Oh, and I remember that there's something like connected to a string. What other file things are there? Nothing down here I think is going to help. So I opened up the file. And then after I open that up, that gives me, I guess, just the file. And then I know I can read it. Is that from a string? Like a from string or something? There's a from stir, but not like from a, I guess it would be a from file or a to file. And I forgot what that is. Okay, so we're just gonna use good old Google. Let's do restlang, read file. Oh, it's this. Okay, fs read to string. Okay. Reads the entire contents of file into a string. This is a convenience function for using file open and then read to string with fewer imports. Okay, so nice. So this is what I want to do. Okay, so I guess I guess in here I've moved all the styles for this into this file style.css, which is upset because why? You need to be inside of brackets. Oh, because you need a tag in here too. Ooh, okay. So I want this to be display inline. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. I don't know if this is gonna work. I might have to do display inline. Okay. Now what are you upset about? Open. Oh, I don't need that one at all. Maybe? Okay, you're happy. Format. Solve formatter. I don't know which one to install. We can do this one. But it does JS and CSS. I just want it for CSS. Okay. There we go. Okay, so read a string. I'm gonna do that here. So let it's like, I guess we could just call this the raw CSS. It's gonna be equal to read to string comes from this. Okay, path. We'll call this is the style.css. Now I wonder, is that relative to this file? Or is it relative to the beginning of the project? I don't know. We're gonna find out. And we're also now gonna find out if this is compile time or run time. Let's unwrap you. Okay, so that gives us a string like this. Now, style sheet, I don't want this to be CSS like that. Now we want to be stylist. There's a way to get this now. I guess we can create it with the new. new, and then the raw CSS. Okay, so did that just work? Let's find out. So if I come into our style and I make a change to something like this, like let's say that we're gonna make this margin be like 50 pixels. Should be pretty noticeable. It didn't work. Okay, so I don't see any errors. But for some reason it didn't load. Wait, let's take a look at. Bunch of warnings. Yeah, okay, so a bunch of warnings, but nothing telling me that I can't do this. Oh, wait. What did I do? This is, we have the button wrapper. Oh, you know what? I'm using the wrong component now. Okay, that's why it didn't work. That's why I didn't get any errors. I want to come back into home. Wait, no, is that true? So this mod is set up like that. Okay, so this button wrapper, I want to get rid of you. Now we have that inside this button. So this mod, you go away. Now in home, you don't find, okay, so this button wrapper, now it's going to be a button wrapper like that. Along with the button color. Okay, now I bet. Okay, so it panicked on a unsupported operation not supported on this platform. Okay, so it the problem here is that it attempted to do the FS load from the browser because it is at runtime. And that's obviously a problem. Like, I want that to happen at compile time, if possible, but I don't know if I can force it. And it's like moving things all around. I could potentially put like CSS somewhere else, but yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. I think we're gonna have to keep the CSS inside of this for right now, unless I can figure out some way with stylus to tell it at runtime. No, sorry, at compile time, pull this in. I wonder, rest compile time, load file, load full. Include stir. Okay. So if I do an include stir inside of here, maybe I don't do it in the function. Maybe I do this outside somewhere, like a const. Will that even work? Can I even do that? Could I do something like const like CSS, I guess it would be like this style equals, nope, not that. Include stir. You taken, okay, just the name of the file. So that would be style.css. You're gonna be aesthetic stir. And then instead of all of this, read a string here. We'll just do style like that. No errors here. Like it's perfectly fine from the compiler side. No errors here. Hey, did that work? I think that might have worked. Okay, so back to you. Let's say instead of a margin 50, let's go back to 5. And let's change our border radius to be, no, let's comment that out. Not bad. Now, if I want them all in a row again, so they're not in a div that sort of affects things, how do I do this? So we have this stylist like that. And okay, the style sheet gets, okay, I think I still have to have one style, like an inline style that we set. Where is that? That's going to be this one right here. So we have classes like this. That's going to be fine. And then I think we do another CSS here, where then we just say, I don't think I need to do that. I think I can just do display inline. That. There we go. And so now with this pattern, I can have my my styles in a separate file, and then just load them up at compile time, and then at runtime they get parsed and used. And so that I suppose that if I can get that code to work at compile time, I could have a I could use Sass, and then that might be a little bit more difficult though, to like get that to work on compile time before everything else. We might have to do like a pre-compile run every time that that trunks runs. That's probably, we're now getting to like a Webpack level for like Rust, and I don't want to go there. I think this though is a good next step, because now we get things that look good. So I like that. So we're gonna have, where's my, okay, so styling components. Then for styling, we have like 3 times. So like inline, we have CSS in Rust, and then we have separate CSS file. And that is using that. All right. Well, with that being all said and done, I am going to go ahead and start cleaning up this, because it's about 8:30. It's time for me to start getting ready for my day job. Let's see. I think everything is looking good here. I'm pretty happy with what we've discovered so far. Coming up, Like we still need events for like the button, but I think for the most part a lot of these are ready to go. See, is there anything else that I really need to like understand before I would like start actually creating course videos? Because these are just gonna be events very similar to like what we have with our input form field. Perhaps like in the molecules where things get put together might be something to look into further. And then something else that we haven't looked at all that's going to be important is sending HTTP requests. That's going to be really big. And then probably we'll set up like CI/CD because that's always good. All right. Well, I don't really have anything else to do besides just like send this on up to GitHub. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring it to a close now. Thank you everybody for hanging out with me. If I get up early again, I don't really see a reason I wouldn't be able to stream more days in the morning this week. But if for some reason I don't wake up on time, my next official stream is going to be on Sunday. So I hope that you have a great rest of your Mondays, and I'll see you next time, whenever that is. Bye.